Oh, hello. What are you doing in our camper? Oh, you're thinking about buying one? I think we can help you with that. Alright, so welcome back. So the Hershey RV show is coming up in September 14th to the 19th for the 2021 season. And this is the largest RV show in the country. So if you're thinking about going to it, we thought we'd put together this video of a few tips to help you if you've never bought an RV or if you're looking to upgrade that you might want to look at in your shopping journey. A lot of people buy their first RV and they're just all starstruck with everything that's all pretty and oh, look how fancy this is. And so you want to try to get the RV that's right for you. It might not be the right one forever, but you got to start somewhere and learn what you like and what you don't like. So we've compiled a bunch of tips that other RVers think is important. So we're going to go over those few things so you guys kind of know what to do. You guys see us at the show? Stop us. We got a few of these bags to hand out while supplies last. And we've got a little checklist inside and some other goodies to help you with your shopping journey. Okay, so the first thing when you're buying an RV is you want to decide what kind of RV. There's a Class A, a Class B, a Class C, there's towables, and then there's fifth wheels. So that's kind of your first area where you want to start. This is a Class A motorhome, and it's a drivable. And we have to, if we go anywhere and we're set up, we have to tow a vehicle. Otherwise, we have no way of getting around the campground. So that's something you want to consider. Class Bs are usually not as well equipped. They might not have a bathroom in them. They might not have a shower in them, but they usually have the bed and a cooking area, and they're a little more, and they're a van type. So then you've got your Class Cs, which are always the cab overs. So you've got the upper bunk to sleep in. And then you've got your tow behinds. All right, so tow behinds, you can go anywhere from a tiny tab trailer to a 40-something Grand Design that has 4 or 5 slides on it. So there's, you know, then you start after thinking about your tow vehicle and can your vehicle, you know, tow that much. And please do your own research on that. Don't believe what any salesman tells you. Do your own research on the vehicles and make sure your vehicle can tow that rig safely. Same thing with fifth wheels. You need the vehicle to tow it. That goes into the bed of the truck and attaches that way. They're a little more easier to maneuver when you get the bigger ones. So let's look at the inside. Things that people like to consider is windows. How do the windows open? Our windows, which I really like, which are filthy dirty right now, they slide open. We can slide these open and get a good breeze through there. A lot of the new windows, they flip open and they don't open very much. Another thing with the windows, is there a window on the opposite side so that you get a cross breeze? A lot of people prefer to have their dinette on the door side so that they're looking into their own campsite instead of watching their neighbors when they're eating. Okay, so one of the next things is cabinets. How many cabinets? How big are they? Will they be able to store what you want to travel with? If you're going to take your Instant Pot and your air fryer, and where are you going to store them? You don't really want to store them on the counters because they're going to fall off. So you need to make sure you have room to store all that stuff. After that, you want to look at your slides. Do you want slides? A lot of people don't like slides because they think they're going to have problems with them. We've had slides on 2 campers and we've never had an issue. This is a 2006. We've never had an issue with our slides. You want to make sure you're maintaining your slides, so there's another thing to consider if you want to do the maintenance on them or not. We like this because it has opposing slides. So when we open up both of these, we have a really nice living area to be in. All right, next on the list, fans. A lot of people love the Max Air fans because they help circulate the air in your trailer. You want to know how many fans are you going to have? Are you going to be able to reach those fans? A lot of the new Grand Designs, they have all remote control fans where they come down to when it's raining. They will automatically close themselves. We don't have any of those fancy features on ours. We have to do all ours manually. But we have 1 Max Air fan. We have 1 and 2 regular fans in here to help circulate the air. We also have 2 air conditioners because this is a 50 amp. Most 50 amps will have 2, now sometimes 3 air conditioners. A lot of the 30 amps will only have 1 air conditioner. I know there are some exceptions to that rule, but that's generally how it's going now. Okay, one of the next things is counter space. How much counter space do you have? We have this, and then we have this little flip up for our counter space. It's plenty for us. I'm used to living in a small house, so we don't need a ton of counter space. I'm able to use this efficiently. But again, if you're going to have an ice maker, you're going to have your coffee maker, you're going to have your air fryer, you're going to want to see where you're going to put these things. Will you be able to reach your sink with your air fryer and your coffee pot and everything else on the counter? You want to look at these things like you're going to live in them. Look at them, sit in them, say, okay, I'm going to use my air fryer today. Here it is. Where am I going to plug it in? Am I going to be able to run my air fryer while I run my air conditioner? Questions you want to ask yourself. All right, so next on the list is appliances. How is your RV going to run your appliances? Are they all going to be electric, which is what they're doing in a lot of the newer RVs now, with residential fridges and such? If you want a boondock, how are you going to be able to charge that electric fridge? So you also want to look at the type of camping that you're going to do with this RV as to what kind of appliances you have. Ours are all propane. Our refrigerator will go on auto and it'll switch from propane to once we plug into electric. Okay, another thing with the appliances are TVs. A lot of the TVs now in the smaller trailers they're going to a 12 volt so that you can do a lot of boondocking. Ours is regular electric, so if we're not running plugged into shore power or we're not running our generator, we can't watch our TVs. We don't have an inverter. Camper beds. They're horrible. They're never comfortable. You're probably going to want to buy a new mattress for it when you buy your camper. So, but when you're picking out your beds, how many people are you going to have to sleep? Are they going to be sleeping on the dinette? Do you have a couch that's going to be a jackknife sofa where kids are going to sleep? You have on your Class Cs, you have the overhead bunks that people can sleep in up there. A lot of Class A's will have a drop down over the front seats. So you want to take that into consideration. How many people are you going to need to sleep? Making the beds is a marathon journey. So when you're looking at your beds, how are you going to make them? Is it a queen size bed where you can definitely walk it all the way around, or are you going to have to, jump over your partner in bed to get to a bathroom in the middle of the night? So those are things you want to consider too. All right, so basic furniture in your RV. Again, do you want a jackknife sofa? Do you want recliners? Do you want your recliners to be right across from your TV? Does it matter? Are you going to be in your camper watching TV? Dinette versus table and chairs. A lot of people don't like dinettes. A lot of people love them. My brother has a camper and he has table and chairs in his and he hates it. So he's going to be replacing his table and chairs with a Rec Pro dinette. So stay tuned for that. I want to look at your outside too. A couple things to consider on your outside. Your outside bins, are they big enough to store your Blackstone grill? Can you put your big chairs in there? Will you have enough storage for everything you need? Are your storage bins under a slide? So when you get to your campground, are you going to have to once you get your slides out, are you going to have to try to pull all your stuff out, or are you going to have to pull it all out before you open up your slides? Because otherwise you hit your head on them and it really hurts. Is an outdoor kitchen good for you? Outdoor kitchen, outdoor TVs, these are getting very popular. Is there a ladder on the back of your travel trailer, or will you have to carry one with you? Is your roof walkable? So if you do have slides, are you able to get up onto the roof to sweep off the slides before you pull them in? Because anything that's on your slide is going to come in or get caught in the seal that's along the top of it, unless you have slide toppers. So that's another consideration, whether the camper has slide toppers or not, which you should still sweep off. But are your hookups convenient? When you pull into a campground, where is your electrical to hook up? Where are your dumps for your gray and your black tank? Again, are they under a slide? So when you're hooked up with full hookups, you're going to have to crawl under there to pull the lever because you're not going to leave your tanks open all the time. Okay, so when you're touring these RVs, those are a couple things you can start to look for. But when you go in them, don't just go in and just look at all the pretty things on the walls and say, oh, this is beautiful, and sit in it, think about how you're going to use it, think about how you're going to make your coffee in the morning, how you're going to get up, how you're going to go to the bathroom. Another thing with slides is when your slides are in, can you get to your bathroom? Can you get to your bedroom? So if you're going to do boondocking, say overnight in a Walmart, you can't pop your slides out, okay? So you want to make sure you can reach everything that you need to when you boondock. All right, guys, so that's a little tidbits for if you're going to go try and buy a new RV. Again, it all depends on how your style of camping is. So once you decide your style of camping, it'll help you narrow down your choices, whether you want slides, no slides, and all that good stuff. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below, and share this out with anybody that's going to be going to the Hershey RV show. And if you see us there, please stop and say hi. So till next time, bye.